Hello, everyone. This is Josh, and today I'm going to be talking about the Myzone a little bit. So when I talk about the Myzone, I'm going to be talking about this thing right here. So it's two parts. It has the belt and the MZ3. So when I refer to the belt, I'm talking about this. When I refer to the MZ3, I'm talking about this. When I just say Myzone, I'm talking about them both. All right. Let me share my screen here. All right, Myzone, how and why? Myzone has many benefits. We're going to talk about these all today and a few of our own that aren't. Some of these slides are from Myzone. Most of them are from me. But basically, what is it? So in its simplest form, it's a heart rate monitor that's going to display your heart rate on a screen in the gym. This is going to help you know how hard you're working, and it's also going to help your coach know if you're getting the correct intent of the workout. Maybe the scaling option you chose is too difficult, or maybe it's too easy. The Myzone is going to allow your coach to easily tell where you're at and if you have an accurate workout for you that day. This is a slide from Myzone. So basically the Myzone, you're going to put it on. It's going to beep once, and that's to tell you, that'll tell you that's working. If it doesn't beep once, sometimes you need to wet the belt, and you can easily do that with a little bit of saliva with your finger and just rub it on the two leads. Here, I'll bring the belt up quick again here. So basically these two black spots right in here, just wet those quick. This usually is only an issue in the winter. Usually in the summer, we have enough perspiration that you put it on, it's gonna beep. Once it beeps, it's gonna connect to the screen, and you'll see it pop up there on the screen. It's called a tile. So anytime you're in the gym and you have your belt on, your tile is going to be up on the screen. If your tile is up on the screen, it means that the screen is pulling your data. So you don't need to have your phone on or the app on or anything like that. So the reason we started Myzone over 4 years ago in progression, and we stuck with it because we found out a few things from it. Number one, it's really good for motivation for a lot of people. Number two, it helps you know yourself. And number three, it's another accountability tool that we can use that will help us get our workouts in every month. So you're going to hear about MEPs, called their Myzone effort points. And basically, if you get 1,300 MEPs per month, you gain a status level and you maintain your status level. So as long as you get 1,300 MEPs a month, you're going to keep growing in status levels, and you're going to keep your current status level. You should get at least 100 MEPs every time you're in the gym participating in a class. That's the goal of our classes. It seems to work out that way, which is perfect for Myzone, because 13 times a month means you're coming to the gym roughly 3 times a week, which we believe is the minimum to maintain our baseline for health maintenance and disease prevention. So come 13 times to the gym, hit the MEPs. It's also kind of an education device for you yourself. You're going to learn what different heart rates feel like. So what does yellow heart rate feel like for you? What does a red heart rate feel like for you? How about a green heart rate? You'll learn this pretty quickly. Usually in about 2 weeks, you could probably, if someone came up to you and asked you what level you're at, you're probably going to know without looking at the screen. And that's important, because sometimes something's off and you might feel like you're working really hard and your heart rate might only be in a green zone. So sometimes those can be keys that maybe we're not feeling so well, or maybe something is going on. Accountability wise, this has been a big thing for a lot of people, myself included. Sometimes we don't feel like working out, but having that Myzone and knowing that we need to get to 1,300 MEPs for the month, sometimes that's just another little motivation to get to the gym workout, to get it done for the month. This becomes more and more true the higher and higher status levels you get, because if you miss a month, you start back over at 0. So at Progression, we just have our first few people now reaching the Hall of Fame status, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So here is a little bit of a description of the zones. Basically, we start at 49% to 50% is basically a no zone. So nothing's going on there. It's a resting zone. You don't get any points for that zone. 50 to 59% of your max heart rate level is going to be the gray zone. 60 to 69 is a blue zone. 70 to 79 is a green zone. 80 to 89 is a yellow zone. And 90 to 100% is the red zone. So you can find your max heart rate by taking 211 minus 0.64 times your age. And that's going to give you the starting max heart rate for you. As you break through that, as many of you will, Myzone does automatically adjust your max heart rate. So just a quick note here, if your belt is loose and you go running, sometimes you're going to get a heart rate of like 240 or something just from it shaking. So that will require a reset. You'll need to contact a coach to get your Myzone reset. I'm going to say this here in case I don't say it again. The goal of Myzone is not to be in the red zone. A lot of people think if they're not in the red zone, they're not getting a workout, and that is not correct at all. But we can talk about that later. Yellow zone is very good and should be in most of our workouts. That should be where you want to get to. All right, so we'll talk about the consistency and how it builds status here a little bit. So the Myzone status levels are displayed on the tile on your screen. I'll show you what a tile looks like in a little bit here. The more 1,300 MEP months you complete in a row, the higher your status goes. And as I mentioned earlier, the current highest status is Hall of Fame or the HOF level. And the Hall of Fame level is achieved after 48 months of 1,300 MEPs in a row. So that's 4 years. All right, so here are the status levels. When you first start out, you'll be at 0. 1 month is iron, 3 months is bronze, 6 months is silver, 12 months is gold, 24 months is platinum, 36 months is diamond, and then as I said, Hall of Fame is 48 months. And these levels will be displayed on your tile as well. All right, so here's what a tile looks like. You'll see up in the left-hand corner is going to be your nickname. You can change that to anything you want. Please keep them semi-appropriate in case kids walk through. Right upper right-hand corner is calories burned. Then the whole tile is going to be the color of whatever your heart rate is. So it's going to be in the heart rate, 8% here using green still. If you would hit 80, this whole screen would turn yellow. And then your heart rate is going to be the lower left-hand corner. And then your MEPs, your Myzone effort points, is going to be in the right-hand corner at the bottom there. On your phone, you can change this around. So you can have whatever you want displayed here as in the middle as the biggest one. But on the gym screen, this is what it'll be. I was going to talk about charging your strap here. Let me stop the screen share for a second. All right, so the MZ3 comes off the belt, and on the back, I don't have a charger here, but basically there's a little thing you hook the charger up to one of the snaps, and that's all it takes. It's a USB, and they do recommend that you use a computer to charge it, not plug it directly into an outlet wall. I've had one of these last 4+ years, and basically we found that the less you charge them, the longer they last, and to make sure you're using a computer. Basically, you only need to charge this about every 6 months at the top. I've had mine go over 12 months without having it even be charged. Right now I think I'm on 10 months right now, and it's still at 82% charged. So when you do take it off at the end of a workout, another little thing I like to do is here's the belt, take it off, and then I quickly unsnap one side and I just let it hang like this. That's going to make sure that's not going to somehow click on and just run all night long. So this is always a good habit to get into. Take it off, unhook it, and it'll be 3 times faster than 2, which will cause the upload. All right, so here are the MEPs you earn for whichever color you're in. So again, that light gray is going to be 0 MEPs a minute. Gray is going to be 1 MEP. Blue is 2 MEPs. Green is 3 MEPs. Yellow is 4 MEPs. And notice here again, red is 4 MEPs. So again, the goal is not to get to the red zone. Myzone agrees. That's why they didn't give you any extra MEPs for getting in the red. Yellow and red get you the same amount of MEPs. All right, best practices, guys. Keep your Myzone with your gym equipment in your gym bag, whatever you always bring to the gym. It becomes a habit, and it's frustrating when you get to the gym and you don't have your Myzone. I've heard many people say, there's no reason to even work out. I don't have my Myzone. Of course, that isn't true, but that's kind of how the feeling you get after a while. 2, don't leave it in your car in the winter. Freezing does not seem to be good for Myzones, so do not let them freeze out in your car. As I just showed you, unhook one snap from the belt when you take it off. That's going to let it know they're done. It'll beep 3 times, and that 3 beeps sends the data to the screen if you're in the gym. So try to take the belt off in the gym. When you do this and you get the 3 beeps, that data is going to be pulled into the screen, and then it automatically goes into the system. So you'll get an email shortly afterwards that tells you about your workout. When you put it on, it's going to beep 1 time. If you don't hear it beep, it's not on. So if it's not coming up on the screen, it hasn't beeped, that's why. The 3 beeps tells you that it's off. All right, so the belt can store up to 16 hours of data. So this is important to know. So if you're away from the gym and you're, well, there's multiple issues here. So if you're away from the gym, you don't have your phone with you, you're working out, your Myzone, if it's beeped, it's still running, it's still recording data. So you don't need to worry about that data being lost. Some of us who participate in long endurance events, this is also another good thing because you can go do a very, very long race and your belt will store 16 hours of data right in it. And the next time you're in the gym and you get the 3 beeps, it's going to transmit all the data into the system. You can also do that with the app, and I can talk about that too as well. So basically, if you bring the app up, you're going to want to get the Myzone belt to beep once after the app is open, and then it will register with your phone, and you'll see your tile come up on the screen there. And then you can take it off, and it'll beep 3 times, and it will pull all the data off of it that hasn't been pulled already. So that's not a good thing to know. Number 7, you can clean your belt. So when you do that, again, make sure you're taking the MZ3 off, and then you can rinse this off in the sink. That's probably the best way to do it. You can put them through the washer. The issue with that is that it will make your belt deteriorate faster. So I usually just hand wash them now. So, all right. Any questions, guys? Feel free to ask in the group and we will get them answered. All right. I hope this video helps, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.